How does title insurance protect you? Coming up. Hi, this is Kai with the Wong team, helping you better understand everything you need to know about New York City real estate. Today I have the pleasure of introducing you to Torian Lam, the principal at Cornerstone Land Abstract. How are you doing today?
Great, Kai. Looking forward to this. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
I'm the principal of Cornerstone Land Abstract, as you mentioned. We are a full-service title insurance company. We provide closing services, escrow services, advisory, and of course, title insurance.
Perfect. And also for both residential and commercial property?
Correct.
Great, thank you. So what does the title insurance actually protect the buyer from?
So the most commonly risen defects that we have to deal with. So let's think about first what title insurance is, which is insurance to ensure that there are no title defects or problems during the transfer of property.
Okay.
And it typically protects the buyer or a lender.
Got it.
Now, what are some of the most common title measures that we have to work at resolving or curing? First, I would say is forgery. Anyone who is misrepresenting themselves as the owner to get a mortgage. If that were to happen, we would help discover that part.
Perfect.
Another example or another instance, I would say, is omissions on deeds.
Okay.
So, for example, in the case of an inheritance, we have to make sure that the will, if there was one, was properly followed, and that all heirs are aware of their ownership in a property, or in the case of a sale, that they're aware that the property is being sold.
Got it.
Another example, Kai, is unknown liens on the property.
Okay.
So if someone has not paid their property taxes, the state or the governing agency has the ability to put a tax lien on the property. In those instances, we have to make sure that either property taxes are paid or that there isn't a tax lien on the property. The same goes with water. So in New York City, we have DEP, Department of Environmental Protection. They give you a water bill. If you don't pay it, they have recourse to put a lien on your property.
Same thing as a mechanic lien too.
Correct. That is actually a little more common, where a contractor comes in and does work, and if for some reason or another the prior owner did not pay them, they could put a lien on the property.
Yeah, I see that a lot. So it's definitely great to find out and have that protection for the client.
For sure. Another thing that title insurance helps uncover are errors at the county clerk or errors in public filing of previous transactions. There have been instances where deeds or mortgages are not recorded on the proper block and lot or parcel or property identifier. We're there to make sure that when you, as the new owner, take ownership of the property, that all of that has been resolved.
So what else does title cover?
It also covers limits to the use of your property and shared easements. So in the instance where there's a shared driveway, we make sure that there is a boundary and a firm legal description that describes what you're purchasing and what's being protected.
Thank you, that's great information. So let's recap, Dorian, for the viewers.
So some of the things that title insurance helps to protect you from are errors at the county clerk or the county records, omissions on the deed, forgeries or fraud, and disputes with regards to easements and shared driveways and boundary and what's actually covered. And unknown liens on the property, which can transfer to you as the new owner, which you obviously don't want to take ownership of.
Thank you so much. It's great information. A lot of buyers, they don't really have this information, so it's really important for them to understand before they even start the process, what to look out for.
Yeah, happy to help with more, and of course, we have the closing checklist as well.
Of course. Regarding the closing checklist, Dorian and his team put together a closing checklist that you could download in the description below for you to have a list of items that you want to make sure it's checked off at the time of closing. I recommend you getting that even before you begin looking at properties, just so you know what to be aware of. And as we always say, the more well prepared you are, the more money you're going to save, and also the better the buying experience will be. So thank you again, Dorian, for being here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. On this channel, we share with you buying, selling tips, neighborhood guides, and market updates. So thank you for watching. If there's any topic you want us to cover in a future video, please let us know in the description below. Until next time, bye.